Away from Parliament, government has announced immediate revocation of all firearm licenses across the country, citing national security concerns and the need to strengthen the regulation of weapon possession and use.
Government has revoked all firearm licenses nationwide with immediate effect as part of efforts to enhance public safety and tighten control over the possession of weapons. Authorities say the decision forms part of broader measures aimed at improving national security and ensuring strict compliance with existing firearms regulations. Individuals and entities holding firearm licenses are expected to comply with directives issued by the relevant security agencies, including any requirements for revalidation, registration, or surrender of weapons where applicable. Government has assured the public that further details on the implementation of the directive will be communicated in due course. Security agencies are expected to intensify monitoring and enforcement efforts to ensure full compliance. The announcement has sparked public discussion, with many awaiting clarification on the next steps for licensed firearm holders and the impact of the directive on security operations and private gun ownership.
The very affluent that come forward to register sidearms or firearms are now using them to commit suicide. In the last 2 months, we've seen increase in such individuals committing suicide with firearms that are registered. Because of that, from this afternoon, all permits that have been granted to any individual that you are holding a sidearm or firearm is hereby revoked. We are revoking that, and we are opening a window where everyone will have to come forward again to register or to re-register the gun, because we've changed the procedure. We've realized that there's a short gap in the registration procedure that we'll be using. Some will say that why not wait till December? In 6 months, we could still save a lot more life. We've seen that people with mental health had already gone through and have the sidearm. Now we are introducing mental health. Before we give you the sidearm, we have to be sure that you have the mental stability to hold the firearms. We've also realized that people who are on drugs are also holding the arms, and they are legitimate because it's been registered. Now you have to go through drug tests to be sure that you are not on drugs before you can hold sidearms.
Away from the Interior Ministry, the Minister for Local Government has called on Parliament to strengthen oversight mechanisms to ensure that funds allocated to persons with disability are disbursed efficiently and reach their intended beneficiaries.
The Minister for Local Government is urging Parliament to play a more active role in ensuring that disability funds are properly managed and delivered to those who need them most. According to the Minister, resources earmarked for persons with disabilities must be used transparently and effectively to improve livelihoods and promote inclusion. He emphasized that robust oversight and accountability are essential to preventing delays, mismanagement, or diversion of funds. The minister noted that disability support programs are critical to empowering vulnerable groups and enhancing their participation in national development. He therefore called on lawmakers to work closely with local authorities and relevant institutions to monitor the utilization of disability funds and ensure beneficiaries receive the support intended for them. The appeal comes amid ongoing discussions on social protection and the need to improve access to essential services and opportunities for persons with disabilities across the country.
But Mr. Speaker, one distinguishing feature about the NDC stands clear. In 2006, when the Persons with Disability Act was passed by the then former President J.A. Kufuor, it was not until in 2009 that when His Excellency the late President John Evans Atta Mills assumed the high office that the active implementation began. And that is where 1% of the persons with disability DACF was earmarked for persons with disability. It started in 2009 by the late Professor Atta Mills. Mr. Speaker, the one interesting thing is that this very year, the NDC has come back again, and we are increasing the 1%, which was increased to 3%, to 5%. So the year 2025, the DACF money allocated for persons with disability was 263 million, and that was 3% of the 7.5 billion. Mr. Speaker, in 2026, an amount of 438 million has been earmarked for persons with disability, and that amount to 438 million Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, beyond this, in the GET Fund formula, an amount of 100 million Ghana cedis was also earmarked for persons with disability. Beyond that, Mr. Speaker, there's free tertiary fee and accommodation, everything being given to persons with disability. But Mr. Speaker, what persons with disability want from Parliament is that even though Parliament thought of them, His Excellency the President thought of them, and money was earmarked for them, the disbursement of the money that has been approved by formula, the formula that has been approved by Parliament, for monies to be disbursed to persons with disability, the Speaker, when you go to the MMDAs, it is not being done religiously. And that's why, Mr. Speaker, for this meeting, you have not been seeing me. And that's why when I was starting, I said, this is the very first time that my virginity is being broken for this meeting. It is not unique of me. I used always to be sitting here. But for this particular time, you need to put fire on the person's social welfare officers. Mr. Speaker, some metropolitan and district finance officers are not religiously doing full disclosure to the social welfare officers to know how much money that Parliament has approved and how much money that the President is giving to be given to persons with disability. On this note, Mr. Speaker, I want to entreat every member of Parliament in your district to take special interest in that. And I will call the administrator for District Assembly Common Fund. When the money is sent to the district, give an advice to the MP representing them, so that the MP will be aware of how much money has been allocated to persons with disability in his district. Mr. Speaker, you go, some social welfare officers go and buy some quantity of television sets, refrigerators, that I'm coming to do distribution. Mr. Speaker, that is not it. You go and you ask them, where is the album? How many persons with disability do you have here? As a committee for local government, Mr. Speaker, you remember in the 8th Parliament, we visited about 154 districts, and we wanted to see with Honorable Patricia Apiaje. In fact, she was our chairman when we embarked upon that exercise. But Mr. Speaker, you could see that that money is not religiously being disbursed. So if members of Parliament do not take special interest to go to your district and ask how much money was given to the persons with disability in Man district and how much has been disbursed to them. Mr. Speaker, on a good day like this, International Day of Persons with Disability, this day would have been an opportune time that every person with disability, no matter ethnic, no matter the religion, the ethnic, the party, the everything, today, this is the day that the nation Ghana should have been putting a smile on everybody's face.
Away from the floor of Parliament, the Narcotics Control Commission, NACO, and the Ministry of Education has joined forces to make sure that they tackle students' growing challenge of substance abuse among students, warning that the trend poses a serious threat to education, health, and national development.
The Narcotics Control Commission, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, has launched renewed efforts to combat the rising incidence of substance abuse among students across the country. The two institutions' planned interventions include public education campaigns, students' counseling programs, and strengthened preventive measures within educational institutions. NACOC and the Education Ministry have also called on parents and guidance to remain vigilant and engage more actively in the lives of their children to help identify and address early signs of substance abuse. The initiative forms part of broader efforts to protect young people from the danger of drug misuse and create safer learning environments for students nationwide.
And that's it for the major top stories making headway throughout the day. Coming up after the break is business with Na Dede Gogo.
Welcome back from the break. My name is Nadidi Gugu. In business, Ghana's economy recorded a strong 6.4% growth in the first quarter of the year. But Ghana's economy expanded. Domestic and global challenges could slow momentum in the months ahead. Ghana's economy expanded by 6.4% in the first quarter, reflecting strong performances in key sectors and signaling continued recovery and resilience. However, analysts warn that the impressive growth figures may mask underlying risks that could moderate economic activities in the coming quarters. Concerns include global economic uncertainties, fluctuating commodity prices, inflationary prices, and potential fiscal challenges. Economists say sustaining growth will require prudent economic management, increased investment, and policies that support private sector expansion and job creation. While the latest figures provide optimism about the country's economic trajectory, experts caution against complacency, emphasizing the need for structural reforms to ensure long-term and inclusive growth. Government officials maintain that ongoing economic measures are designed to strengthen sustainability, boost investor confidence, and safeguard the gains recorded so far. The growth data comes as stakeholders continue to assess the outlook for the economy amid evolving domestic and international economic conditions. Let's go for a break. Up next is sports and entertainment with Wendy Lati. Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Mega News at 6 on Mbn 360. I'm Wendy Lati. And now in the world of sports, Ghana's Black Stars face a stern test against England in a highly anticipated Group L encounter, with both sides looking to strengthen their positions in the race for a place in the knockout stage. The Black Stars of Ghana are set for a mouth-watering showdown against England in one of the standard fixtures of the FIFA World Cup group stage. Ghana enters the match with confidence after a positive start to the tournament and will be hoping to build on that momentum against one of football's traditional giants. England, meanwhile, will be looking to maintain their strong form and take another step toward qualification for the next round. The encounter promises to be a fascinating battle between two talented squads, with Ghana aiming to showcase its resilience, tactical discipline, and attacking threats on the world stage. For the Black Stars, a positive result would significantly enhance their chances of progressing from Group L, while England will be determined to secure maximum points in a group that remains finely balanced. Football fans in Ghana and around the world are eagerly awaiting the clash, which is expected to deliver excitement, intensity, and memorable moments. As the two sides prepare to face off, the stage is set for another chapter in Ghana's rich World Cup history, with the Black Stars hoping to rise to the occasion against one of the tournament's favorites. In entertainment, global music icon Celine Dion has announced a deeply emotional French language comeback single set for release on July 3rd, marking a significant superstar to new music in a native language. Music superstar Celine Dion has officially announced the release of a new French language single scheduled for July 3rd, describing it as an emotional and deeply personal return to her musical roots.
The announcement has sparked excitement among fans worldwide as the singer steps back into the spotlight with new material following a period of reduced public appearances. The upcoming track is expected to highlight a signature vocal strength and emotional delivery, with many anticipating a reflective tone that connects with a long-standing Francophone audience. Industry observers say the release could mark the beginning of a new creative chapter for the award-winning artist, whose career spans decades of global hits and record-breaking success. Fans across social media have already begun expressing anticipation, calling the comeback one of the most awaited moments in contemporary pop music. The single will be released on July 3rd across major streaming platforms.
And that's all for today on sports and entertainment. Up next is the foreign news.
Welcome back from the business desk as well as sports and entertainment. On the international front, the families of Zambia's late former president have secured a key court ruling in an ongoing dispute over the final resting place of his body, intensifying sensitive legal and public debate over state versus family burial rights.
The family of Zambia's late former president has won the latest round in a legal battle concerning what should be done with his body following a court ruling in their favor. The dispute, which has drawn significant national attention, centers on disagreements between state authorities and the family over burial arrangements and final resting rights. In its ruling, the court sided with the family's position, granting them greater authority in determining burial plans. Tough further legal or administrative steps may still follow, depending on state response. The case has reignited public discussion in Zambia about how former heads of state should be handled after death, particularly in situations where political and family interests intersect. Observers say the ruling is likely to have broader implications for state protocol, constitutional interpretation, and the handling of high-profile state funerals in the future. Authorities have not yet indicated whether they will challenge the decision or proceed in accordance with the court's directive.
And with a story from the court in Zambia, we've come to the end of this evening news at 6, live and direct from our studios on the 10th Avenue extension, where we take a second look at the stories making headlines before taking leave of you.
Invite all 276 MPs, minority slums presidency meeting. In business, Ghana's 6.4% first quarter growth hides looming moderation risk. And on the international front, Zambia's ex-president's family wins latest legal battle over burial of his body.
That's it for today. Remember, saying a thank you for joining us for the evening news at 6. A big thank you goes to my team, Nana Dede Gogo. Also, don't forget to Wendy Latte bringing the sports and entertainment as well as the business news. My name is El Samuels. For more news, log on to Mbn 360. Do have a good evening.